No. Angelically sort of chime into the background. Hello everyone. Welcome to some Total War Warhammer 2. Hopefully everybody's having a good evening so far. Welcome. Cube noises, that's it. Hello ZZ, good to see you. J-Bar, thank you very much, sir, for the 31 months. Very, very kind. Thank you also to Annihilator for 23 and Tiot for 4 months. Very, very kind of you all. I hear voices, that's the one. So yes, welcome to some Total War Warhammer 2. It is the second one, it's not the first one. The only reason I don't put the number 2 in on the title is because, well, it looks a bit funny if I click it. If I like show you the number 2, it doesn't look right. It's too big for the rest of the font, so I haven't bothered. And if I try to go with double I like Roman numerals, it ends up just looking like Total War Warhammer 11. And the font pack is really weird. So we're just calling it Total War Warhammer, if that's okay. Yeah, so how's everybody doing? Is everybody having a good evening so far? Hopefully everybody's chilling out and stuff. Maybe try a small I. It's all synonymous with each other, Twardy. That is all written in lowercase at the moment, but the way the font pack is, it's yeah, like it makes it seem capitalised. It's weird. It's only got capitalised fonts. Lizard Man or Riot? I don't know who I'm going to be playing, to be honest. I was probably going to be boring and play the only faction that I actually know how to play very well, and that's Bretonia. Is Catler with me? No, Catler's not with me on this one. We'll have to see. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? Quebec smells. That's it. Try Alt GRW. What? Don't know what that does. Don't know what that does. Yeah. So hopefully everybody's having a good evening and stuff. Not too bad on Planet Joe, to be honest. But, turn the music down a bit more. It's probably too far down. There we go. Total War Warhammer 2, that's it. GR stands for Germany. Lovely. Good stuff. Bish, that's me. So yeah, let us jump on into some Warhammer. Let's see if I can just hijack a game capture window here. So, I'm sure a couple of people have got questions about what we're actually going to be playing in terms of faction and stuff like that. I think I might go with Bretonia, to be honest. Bretonia is literally just Medieval 2. Why play that when you can control T-Rexes? Because a Legion lady, you know what I mean? I'd like to think that Joe in real life is very chivalrous. I am a French man. I'm even called Quebec. I mean, what do you want? What do you want from me, damn it? I don't know. I just like the cavalry play style of Bretonia. I quite like the cavalry spam, like vampires. That's it. Lizards or rats. That's it. Serve the greatest best race, Skavendom. But no back seating or yeah. Jane's going to hit you with the backseat bat, which is, to coin a phrase, you don't want to get hit by that. In the same way that I didn't want to get hit with the Monka TOS thing from earlier, because I accidentally. So what I decided to do was I decided to raid sheep earlier, and then I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to go make a sandwich and I'm going to watch a little bit of Game of Thrones, because I'm watching Game of Thrones again from the first season. And, well, I kind of didn't turn stream off, and like 10-15 minutes of Game of Thrones audio was like streamed to Twitch, which in hindsight it wasn't bad. There was no video or anything like that. It was just the audio. But ultimately, it's not something you want to, not something you want to have happen by any measure. So what I did was, in order to not have to delete the VOD, because it's literally our first day playing Skyrim back in a while. It was a case of just, coming back to it and actually clipping the whole thing as a VOD. As a highlight even. So today's Skyrim VOD, if you actually go to past broadcasts, it's not there anymore. I've clipped out the bit at the very end, which is like the bit with all of the Game of Thrones audio on it, and it's just the actual Skyrim bit, which is nice. So we've got all of that there. Right, I'm hoping this will capture. Truth be told, I've got no idea. There we go, that's capturing nicely. Right, so we are playing with a mod called SFO Grimhammer 2. I don't know whether there was an SFO Grimhammer 1 for Total War Warhammer 1, but we're playing the second one. Yeah, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing on hard difficulty. I must admit, I don't do anything like play Legendary. A bit like FTL and stuff like that, I don't play on the hardest difficulties. I don't play on the hardest difficulty on Cold Waters. I don't play it, you know. I like things to be reasonably fair. I'm what they call. I know there's quite a lot of elitism when it comes to Total War Warhammer, and yeah, I'm a scrub. I'll admit it. I'm not the best Total War player in the world. I'm not the best strategy game player in the world. As sort of is as I'm sure should be common knowledge with my ham-fisted approach to the invasion of the Philippines in Axis and Allies a few weeks ago. But yeah, this is basically it's going to be me trying to play this game. I've never actually played a campaign to the end. A bit like Skyrim, I've never actually finished a campaign. Not through any reason of loss or anything like that, not through losing, or not all the time. Just, I kind of like lose interest in the faction that I'm playing before I get to the end of the game. Normally I come up against a wall of Dark Elves and I just want to pull all of my teeth out of my ass or something like that. I just try and do brain surgery through the anus because I get so much magic. It's horrible. Archer spam, we could do. So basically, the way SFO Grimhammer is, it's a lore-friendly overhaul to the game with regards to units. You'll see units you've not seen before. You'll see buildings that you've not seen before. You'll see mechanics that you've not seen before. All of which are going to, all of which are lore-friendly, and all of which build into a general rebalancing of the game. I've come to play with Grimhammer so much that I can't really go back to the old game. For example, if we play Bretonnia, one of the examples I will give you, Grail Guardians, the really, really good Bretonnian cavalry, very, very late game cavalry. In like Warhammer Vanilla, I think there's like 60 units in a unit of Grail Guardians, which, okay, fair enough, but Grail Guardians, if you think about what they are paladins or, you know, righteous, you know, heroes of Bretonnia that have drunk from the chalice, you know, the Lady's Grail. And they're essentially like almost like demigod type deities once that happens to them. And so you wouldn't just have, you know, a few regiments of 60. It's not, you know, she's not fucking handing the cup around at parties. So the actual unit size goes down from sort of 60 to actually only 12 units in a Grail Guardian unit, which you'd think, oh my god, that's useless. They're going to be crap. But they do have like shitloads of health, shitloads of armor and stuff like that. They are. It's almost like having a group of 12. You know, single entity units in its own group. They are really, really strong. So just little balancing things like that, which is one of the cool things. You know, like there aren't that many Grail Guardians around. There shouldn't be 4 regiments of 60 Grail Guardians kicking about. You know, they are incredibly rare. They are incredibly strong. And the game makes an effort to try and balance that as we go through here, which is very, very nice. 12 is a school trip. It really is. But their upkeep is ludicrous at 1,200 gold a turn in vanilla. True, the upkeep is ridiculous, but ultimately there aren't that many of them around. From a lore perspective, there aren't that many Grail Guardians around. Like, they're only very, very small clusters. There's also legendary units in this game as well. If I actually go onto the battle screen here, I'll be able to show you, as well as having some different... because I know, for example, if we went like the Empire, let's say... you'll see here that there's a few different types of units. So, for example, I don't. This is what's its factions guy. This is the what's his name? Carl Franz, of course, his name. Yeah, he basically his Elector Count unit has been replaced by the Imperial Foot Reichsguard, which is basically like a heavy. Like I say, you'll see a lot of stuff that you don't recognise here: Sigmarite Disciples, Battle Prayer, mid-tier Mace Infantry. You'll see a lot of cool stuff that you've not seen unless you've played, obviously, the SFO Grimhammer stuff, which is really, really nice. Karl Franz, I know, right? The most German name ever. In the case of Bretonnia, there's not any Elector Count units, but there is a legendary unit, Hermit Knights, which are basically dismounted... Grail Knights, essentially, which operate on foot, unbreakable, all of that good stuff, various buffs for the people around them, which are great. A very good all-in, high-damage legendary unit, which is pretty good. Another monk subscribed. Thank you very much, Boom. There's also some other stuff, like, for example, SFO strives to fill small gaps in the rota in the troop rosters of the game. For example, Bretonia here, obviously it has its sword and its shield infantry, but they also added men-at-arms maces, an early game light armor piercing option for Bretonia and stuff like that. They also added decent sort of mid-game archers in the form of men-at-arms longbows, as well as Heramults, which is like a skirmishing unit, which is actually quite interesting, because if you get these, Heramults are kind of like Robin Hood type people. And basically, because they're outlaws, they actually debuff the people around them, so you've got to use them strictly as a skirmishing unit. It's very, very interesting. As well as, obviously, all of their cavalry. A big emphasis on Bretonian cavalry and stuff. Also, campaign exclusive, Knights Errant Foot as well. Basically, if you build a forge in a Bretonian city, they get the special units for the garrison, Knights Errant Foot. They're a campaign exclusive because of the fact that they're only available through garrisons. But they're basically a sort of light infantry, heavy armour answer with 85 armour, like an up-armoured mid-tier infantry that you could burp out of nowhere, that you can put on the wall, basically. So I think we're going to go with Bretonia, if that's okay. So let us come back. Do let me know if the game's loud or quiet. I will try and answer things as best as we can. And we'll go from there. Really wish SFO had a wiki for all the changes they made. They do have a big changelog, Gravity. If you go to their Steam page, they have a big changelog, like a Google Doc with everything on it, which is good. So yeah, let us go for a new campaign then. Mortal Empires. It's very quiet for me. I don't know about you guys. I'll see if I can just crank that volume a little bit. Effects, maybe? Master. I don't know whether that's too loud now. At least we can hear it. So let's go with a new campaign. We're going to go Mortal Empires, the really big one, because I hate turn timers. Or, as in, I hate myself. There's the sound, that's it. I think there's probably too much of it now. I think I've gone a bit ham-fisted with that sound. So bring it down into the middle there. That's probably a bit better. Right, so new campaign, so Mortal Empires. I must admit, I don't have all of the DLC for this game. There are a handful of champions, I say champions, a handful of people that I don't have. I don't have the Vampire Coast, I don't have the Tomb Kings, I don't have old Volky here, old fucking... looks like Braum on a bad day, you know, like fucking, yeah. So there's quite a few people that I don't actually have. I don't have the Norscan people from the first Total War, I never bothered getting them. But yes, I've got a limited number of them, which is fair enough. Don't have Beastmen either. So my plan today, all being well, will be to start with a little bit of Luon-Lioncourt, which is a little bit interesting, because what always happens in this bloody case is that fucking Norska comes down and tickles my butt with fucking all kinds of heinous monsters and stuff like that, and it's actually quite difficult for Bretonia to deal with these super large units. Have you played Repents? I have played Repents. I actually quite like it, but it's one of those, isn't it? It's one of those. It's what we can get done. It's what we can do. I mean, in terms of other people that I'm actually good with, I'm okay with Bretonia. I'm okay as the High Elves, because who isn't? The OP, especially with the new Silvering Guard. Like, never seen a spear wall like it. The only other people that I would say I could play to any reasonable level would be the Lizardmen. So it's really a choice between Lizardmen, High Elves and Bretonia for me at the moment, especially going into hard difficulty, because I always play on normal difficulty. So playing on hard, I'd, you know, have to go from there kind of thing. Thank you very much there to House of Moose there for the Twitch Prime sub for 3 months, and Anonymous there for the Tier 1 sub. So we've got a couple of people asking for Lizardmen. Hate High Elves, I'm more of an Orc or Skaven guy. Truthfully, I want Dwarves given some love. That's probably true. You know my big blue lizards? I mean, we could go with lizards. The question is, who do we go with as part of SFO Grimhammer? I like doing a Lizardman army. Lizardmen Pogs? No greenies? No, the way the SFO economy works for the greenskins is that, like, they're a very, like, raidy faction. They really have no way to make money in terms of, like, infrastructure buildings. Like, it's all about raiding and sacking and all of that good stuff. And it's not yeah, super raid. That's how you get the economy. I'm just not used to it as all, because I tend not to play factions like that. Not through any personal level of abstinence. It's just not my cup of tea. So I've got really a couple of choices here. There's quite a few of these guys. We've got Tlaqua, I believe his name is, which is basically like pterodons, bro, which is really interesting. Pterodons gain a unique ability. I'm not sure what that's about. Campaign movement range plus 10. Tic-tac-toe. He used to be. Oh, he is called that. I'm not entirely sure. Do I want to play this guy? It would mean going up to the deserts of Araby, which is nice. So what do we want to go with? The most frightening one. Probably the most frightening one would be the giant fuck-off alligator called Nakai. He's kind of the order, like the law of order, answer to chaos. He's kind of anti-chaos, which is interesting. We could go with Nakai, big crocodile man, big lizard boy. That's it. He actually starts in Norska, which I kind of feel like he got a bit lost. But is Nakai any good yet? I think he got some love in the SFO mod, but outside of that, I don't really know. I tried playing Imric, I got my butt kicked. Lord Croak or nothing. Well, I mean, I'm tempted to go with... What's Lord Croc? Oh, we got Crocgar. We've got, like, yeah, Tehenoin. I mean, we could go with Mazda Mundi. Good old Slan mate. Basically me, that is. I'm a Slan, sitting in my computer. That's how I sit in my computer chair, that is. Headdress and all. Horde factions are boring to play and watch. You have basically no settlement building. That's it. Maz is meh. Croak starts with the white one, but anything else you can recruit him with. Imric is an asshole, tough asshole for sure, that's it. Gorok is by far the best. Gorok is an interesting character, to say the least. He does get a lot of good upkeep for his Saras warriors, which may be helpful for us. He does also start with Mr. Croak, as we say. Unbreakable defense and bonuses for Saras warriors. -5 melee for skink and chameleon skink units, which is a bit of a faff. 8 melee defense when in their own territory, and 20% physical resistance when defending sieges. So he's very, very good. A very, very defensive character. Play the French. Oh. Do you really want to... The only other alternative, actually, I'll put this in here as a wild card. I'm not much of a Karl Franz player, but good old Welcome to Astalia gentleman here, I actually quite like playing the Golden Order. I could play the Metal Man himself. Daddy Gelt, that's it. What do we think? What do we think? That is my consent, that's it. Implying you, yeah, ever need to defend against a siege, I know. Welcome to Astalia. We could do. I mean, do we play Astalia, gentlemen? It would be quite nice getting it, because we could get, like, access to riflemen and stuff. Gelt or Gorok? I've got a coin. Shall we vote for Gelt or Gorok? I've got a... legal piece of tenders with Queen Elizabeth's face on it for 2 pence. 2 pennies. Gelt or Rock. Let's roll on. So let's go heads for, you know, for Balthazar has a head, and we'll go tails for Gorok has a tail. Oh, that is how we shall do it. There's a system here, folks. Thank you very much to Active Sleep. Hello, King Q. Let us flip the coin then. And is it going to be heads or tails? It's heads. Balthazar Gelt. I can't prove that to you, but I promise it's heads. It is, yes, Queen Lizzie there. Rigged it is. Daddy Gelt. So, we're going to go with Daddy Gelt. We're going to go on hard difficulty here. He starts with a unit of Outriders, a unit of Greatswords, and a unit of Mortars, which is very, very nice. Law of Metal influencing the coin toss there. I think you're probably right. So, let us give it a go. Honestly, don't waste time on hard. It's no better than normal. Well, I don't really want to go up for very hard, because, like, the differences are... Like, bear with me, I normally play on normal. I'm only going to go hard just really as a kind of normal plus. And that's all I want it to be. I don't want it to be a massive step up from normal. They don't make the enemy better, they just debuff you. We'll go like this. I'm happy to roll with this for now. So yeah, we'll go with start campaign, and yeah, we will play the Golden Order. Lovely stuff. The powerful gold wizard Balthazar Gelt has been sent to the southern border by newly crowned Emperor Karl Franz. Although he has recently fought greenskins around Altdorf, a further greenskin threat has emerged to the south in the old ruined province of Solland. The Golden Order will continue to show its superiority over its peers, while Franz strengthens his position in court. Gelt plans to stabilise the Empire through might and magic. Lovely stuff. Harder difficulties just debuff. Is just debuff after debuff, less leadership, worse public order, worse public relations. Fair enough. So what we're saying is, what? Play on normal, or Or like, because I know like legendary and stuff is just, it's well out of my league. Let me tell you that for nothing. Am scrub. You will see me make plenty of mistakes on this. I will try not to, but you will see it. So yeah, we'll go from there. Right, I don't have my water bottle filled up. I will try and remedy that in just a moment. We'll wait to listen to the advisor, whatever his name is, old blind man Crojo, to give us a pep talk. And we'll go from there. Zambies on the left, zombies on the right. Lovely. Zinch advisor, that's it. Can the next stream be names... names hammer? Warhammer? Who knows? We'll see, Ricey. Here I am, you right, Red Arrow? Good to see you. Honestly, play on normal battle difficulty, campaign difficulty at your leisure. Okay, I can drop battle difficulty down to normal. If people think that's the smarter decision.
Hail to you, Lord Balthazar. The Emperor invokes you to defend the Empire's southernmost borders, for this is a place under great threat, in need of your great power.
Lovely.
The green-skinned scourge already have a foothold here, overrunning the former trading town of Steingart, and threatening to expand northwards. Across the dwarf-delved Black Mountains, a brutish horde of savage orcs prepares to enter the southern pass. A prime opportunity to test the newly built fortifications at Fort Sol. Meanwhile, the states of the Empire constantly jostle for recognition in an uneasy coexistence. Karl Franz seeks to strengthen his position by dealing with threats to his court.
Lovely.
At the fringes of the Empire, however, there is no time for petty political squabbling. Few men wield more powerful magic than you, Supreme Patriarch. Show your enemies the true extent of your arcane might.
Right then. So welcome to what I'm guessing is called Peeldorf or Fieldorf. I'm guessing the P or the F is silent. I think it's the F or the P. Sorry, so I think it's Fieldorf as you pronounce it. So yeah, how they play. Imperial authority and prestige. The Empire is known for its elector counts and internal politics that leave it in a permanent state of unrest and constant war. However, increasing your prestige, which is a resource in the game, and ultimately your imperial authority will bring stability. Acquire prestige through noble actions such as expansion, victory in battle, and constructing grand buildings, and then use it to deal with incidents and solve dilemmas from which your authority will grow, improving your fealty amongst other elector counts. Additionally, prestige can also be spent on electoral machinations, which enable you to manipulate diplomatic relations within the Empire. You also got elector counts. Each state of the Empire is governed by an elector count. Securing their fealty is key to unifying the Empire through confederation. Some, though, will not be easily convinced and will require much persuasion through aid or military force. Once a state's capital is under your control, you may keep the residing elector count or elect a new one. Each provides a host of new benefits, such as a specific Runefang sword and unique units. Learn more about the Empire here. We won't do that just now.
Your burgeoning realm grows, Your Eminence, yet many evils still abound in this world. The Empire remains divided, and marauding greenskins still threaten your lands. Further afield, there are rumors of a dark force rising in the east, spreading the taint of undeath. You must remain vigilant.
I'll do what I can. Right, so we've got a chapter objective issued. Border Patrol. Occupy, loot, raise or sack 4 different settlements for 2,000 gold. That's going to be the start there. Right, so let us have a look at what we're going to be playing with right away here. Are you battling Ogle's people? Something to that effect. Right, so welcome to the campaign map here. The FPS is weirdly low. I must apologise if we go through any freeze frames. I have been having like a weird freezing problem on this game. I hope it does not manifest this time around. It's a bit of a weird one, but what can I do? Right, so Fort Sol here is currently at 2... it's currently at 1, a small fort here. It's got a unit of greatswords, Empire Captain, mortars. It's got loads of shit in there. It's going to be fan-dabby-dozy, my friend. It's very CPU heavy. I think that's where it's choking. We've also got an option in 10 turns to recruit these guys. My Elector Count State Troop, the Eldred's Guard, a Spearman with Shields unit, an anti-large charge defense against all defender and fast attacks, is basically a Spearman unit, a basic Spearman unit with fast attacks, which means they do damage quite quickly, and also quite a lot of armour for an Empire Spearman unit. They can last quite a while, hence why they have the Defender trait. Again, a lot of these Elector Count units will be different than the vanilla game if you're not used to that. Okay, so let's see here about what we're going to do there. It looks like my FPS on my end is a little bit worse than the FPS on your end. It's probably something to do with streaming it, but we'll see. Thank you very much to Alistair for the raid there. Welcome, welcome, sir. Hopefully you're keeping well. Sorry, I just had to tab out there to get in front. Right. So, what somebody said was to drop the, what's it difficulty there? I don't know whether I can. Game settings, maybe? Campaign settings? Someone said drop the battle difficulty to normal and keep that on hard. I think that will be how I do it for now. That's fine by me. Resume. Right then. That's some huge brain FPS, I know, right? Not really. So, in terms of what we have under our control immediately, we've currently got the city of Fieldorf, and Steingart is currently under enemy control. I have this unit of greenskins in front of me, Grotzlik, from the faction called the Black Venom Tribe from the Greenskins, currently operating the mountains, in and around the mountains of Karakern here. They've got another unit based over here. In terms of the state of the Empire at the moment, everything's sort of very united and very easy to go for the moment. The only problem is, right, is that the vampires break out very quickly. There's only a few minor settlements in the way of them here, and they basically expand very, very quickly. So I've got to try and deal with these greenskins in good time, and then, you know, push up for the attack, basically. So what we're going to do is we are going to not upgrade this building. I'm not going to upgrade this building yet, and the reason for it is because I want to move this training field into Steingart when I get it. So there's no point spending money to upgrade it if I'm just going to rip it down in a moment. So I'm going to leave it at tier 1. This wine market actually makes us a fair amount of money, so I'm going to leave that there for the moment and basically just try and get as much money as I can. Now, I'm making only 5 growth a turn at the moment, which isn't ideal. If I was to turn the tax rate off, our growth rate shoots up to 55 with barely much cost to the predicted income of our faction at the moment. Plus, it would mean that I don't get too much public order problems. I've got a shitload of Skaven corruption. I can only assume that I've got an undercity somewhere underneath Fieldorf here, which is a bit of a faff, but I'll have to find that in a moment. So, yeah, I think we're going to have to go from there. What happened to the Tempelhof faction? I don't think they're in and around here. I think it all comes under Papa Drakenhof here. I can't remember his name at all. You have to forgive me. Sarah Barnett, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. So we're actually going to leave the tax rate off there because I've got enough money for the moment, and growth is probably more important for me because I need to try and get this guy up to tier 3 as soon as possible, right? And I can only do that with growth. And if I'm literally only making 5 growth a turn, it's going to take actually forever. So I'm going to turn the tax rate off. I'm going to make it a tax-free province for the moment because it's not really going to affect my income too badly. The difference is like what, 500 gold? I can live with that for now. And we're going to attack our man Grotzlik here. So let us move on and attack him. Now, I mean, I'm not sure what my stance on auto-resolves and stuff is going to be. I think battles that are just facile in nature, the ones that aren't really worth fighting, I could just auto-resolve like this. I mean, I could literally fight it and get almost no losses. I mean, what do people want to think about this? Do we want to say that battles that are literally just facile are, like, not worth playing? Because this gold bar means that we're going to stomp him, basically. We'll take a couple of losses, but nothing too bad. Auto-resolve above 75%. Auto-resolve the easy stuff, okay. So we auto-resolve that one. We take a few losses here and there, as I say. Mostly down to their archers and stuff, but that's fine. I've got a couple of options here. I can either pardon the captives, allow these warriors to return to their homelands for a price, but it also lands us with minus 5% casualty replenishment because people don't want to join an army when they ransom off the enemies that just killed all of your brothers in arms. So we're going to go with execute captives. Take no prisoners, leave none alive. We're going to get 8% vigor loss reduction, which means our troops stay fresher for a little bit longer, and also some bonus leadership. We're going to execute them, and then we get 5 turns of bonuses, which is lovely. I should also have enough movement to go and capture Steingart this turn as well, so I'm going to move over here and try and grab that immediately if I can. Looks like we've got another easy auto-resolve here, so I'm actually going to just grab this guy as well. We've lost that spearman. Fine by me for the moment. We can recruit a fresh one. Let us occupy like so. I have a few different options. I could loot and occupy, but to be honest, Steingart isn't really worth anything. So we'll go from there. We'll just occupy. Lovely stuff. So Steingart is coming under my control. Solent has been secured here. I want to immediately start going for growth, I reckon. So the Provincial Edict, I'm going to go with Council of the Burgermeisters. It's going to get me money from trade, which I don't really have, but it's going to get me growth, and growth is desperately what I'm after for the moment. We also have this building here, a weaving house. I'm not really after money just yet. I'm after growth to grow my buildings for the sake of public order. So I'm going to tick or get rid of that one for the moment. If I can, depending on how quickly that we actually get the next level of upgrades here, I probably want to get this up to a village so that I can at least move the rally field over there, which will be my next move. In terms of Balthazar Gelt's upgrades, I believe the general pedigree of what you're supposed to do in Total War Warhammer is always go for campaign movement range first. You'll notice that I have quite a few points to start with. Your first, I believe, 5 levels in SFO Grimhammer gets you 2 points for your character. So I've leveled up twice as a result of 2 combat actions, so I've got 4 points to spend. I think I'm going to go Route Marcher. I think I'm going to go Inspiring Presence, and I'm actually going to spec a little bit into the Red Tree here. I like to go into Emperor's Finest, which gives Spearmen, Swordsmen, and Flagellants some bonus defense and offense, which is always nice because you're always going to have at least halberdiers or some sort of spearmen, which will benefit from this. And then I also like to go into the Red Tree for the pistol corps as well, because I like to think the Empire is very much about its ranged units and its artillery. Particularly Balthazar Gelt can actually get bonus missile damage for any kind of rifleman unit, whether that's cavalry, pistoliers, handgunners, whatever. So it's always nice to try and go on an emphasis of pistol damage, particularly once you start coming up against the large monsters, like, for example, if Norska brings down woolly mammoths from the north, you know, you want to have teams of riflemen, scores of riflemen just pissing rounds into them, because it really does a lot of damage, armor-piercing damage. So we're going to go for, I think, probably 2 points into this to start with, and that's going to get our melee corps, 4 melee attack and 4 melee defense, which is excellent. Yeah, so sitting at the round at the moment, let's see what we can get here. So we lost that spearman unit. I can only recruit 3 people here. We will buy 2 of the spearman units because of the fact that we'd lost one of them, and we'll also get 1 swordsman unit as well. I've got a couple of choices on where I want to go next. I can either come over here to Migdal Vongabarak, which is a minor settlement, or I could come over to Karak Hern. I think I'm going to go for this one first, based purely on the fact that if I don't secure it quickly, the Averheim or the Averland here will come out of Grenzatz. They'll move over here and try and take it. So I don't have much time to consolidate my position, basically. So I'm going to go with that. In terms of our first line of upgrades, as ever, we're going to go for growth and public order if we can here for 9 turns. The Titty, I'm not Titty. I don't know. The Teeth, I guess it is. Rebates. A rebate is a useful tool when things are good to ensure compliance during the inevitable hard times around the corner. Teeth, is it? Is that how you pronounce it? I am not a 18th century peasant worker, so I do not know. In terms of Fort Sol as well, obviously we've got our fort here as well. I've kind of forgot about this. Can't upgrade it yet, but again we're going to go with growth as we can't tax this province. We'll go from there. Lovely. So we're going to go with growth there, growth there. Obviously we're going to have a shitload of public order problems until the conquest is over. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. So we'll build farms here, and then when we can, we'll build the next ability up, next building up. So let us end turn. Not bad for our first turn. Let's see what the people around us do. Very, very nice. So normally what happens is the enemy attacks the fort. And if they attack the fort, I think we'll be able to defend it. There you go. So what always happens is that the Averheim always run up here, and then they try and give us a hard time. So, the unit of orcs that was stationed just outside Fort Sol has attacked, and as you can see here from the balance of power, the enemy does have the advantage against us. Now, the balance of power, as it is described in this fact here, in the balance of power bar, we're playing on hard campaign difficulty, Frank, and we're playing on normal battle difficulty. That's how I've got it set up for the moment. So the reason the balance of power is a little bit skew-if about this, right, is because the balance of power does not take into account the fact that forts, imperial forts, are walled settlements. Don't ask me why they don't, but they just don't seem to recognise that they're walled settlements, right? Because of the fact that you can't build siege equipment for them. So if I was to auto-resolve this, I would probably lose, as you can see by the balance of power bar there. But fighting it, we should hopefully find that the actual margins are a little bit closer than that. So we're going to save, quick save. We'll take a look at the battlefield here. We should be able to see the fort wall. With any luck, there it is, the fort wall, and we're going to be stationed in there. So let us go to fight battle, and yeah, let's have a good old kick in the bum. Lovely stuff. Looking forward to this. Looking forward to doing some damage here. Kicking some of the bad guys in the butt. Tax the poor. Not yet. So, Savage Orcs, Greenskin faction. Looks like they've got 6 units of Savage Orcs, some Savage Orcs archers, and some Boar Boys, or Orc Boar Boys, which is basically a cavalry unit. The nice thing about this is that their cavalry is going to essentially be useless because of the fact that they can't get through the walls very easily, or at all. And they've only got 1 unit of archers, which means it's just going to be a case of melee core on melee core, essentially. Which is a-okay with me. So we'll see where the enemy is exactly, and what we want to try and do is get all of the towers manned if we can. The walls will have these big ballista towers on them. You can see them here. They're only going to be shooting arrows this early. They're not going to be the most powerful thing, but it will buy us time because they come with a special buff on them that slows enemy units down. Again, part of SFO Grimhammer. So a large cluster of the enemies that we're going to be fighting are actually situated in the centre here, as well as their cavalry. We've got their lord on the left, and a couple of units over there as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click over here, just so all of the units are off of the wall, and we can plan our defence. So we probably want to start with archers. So normally the way the greenskins do it is they come up and they try and put siege ladders up on the wall. That's really the best and only way to do it, because it's too hilly for like siege towers and stuff. You can't build battering rams or anything, so you just kind of have to brute force this with what you have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a set of archers here. I'm going to put a set of archers there, and then as they're climbing up the ladders on this wall, we can move them over to this side and have them shoot at them as they come up the ladders. So that's going to be my first strategy. I probably don't want another unit of archers here, because this is normally where the enemy make contact, so I probably want to have at least my swordsmen here ready to meet the enemy as they come up. I could probably have a unit of crossbowmen around here, due to the fact that they will inevitably come and try and land over there, so we'll give that a go. Move him down to the end, and then it's just a case of just manning the other positions on the wall, to be honest. So I might make an effort to spread the units out like that, and spread the units out like that. I can always pull these guys back off the wall in a moment's time if we get into trouble. I've obviously got my mortar here as well, which I'm going to station just here, if that's alright. So I'm going to put it back behind that castle turret. I'm going to get my spearmen, only one of the units of spearmen, to hold the gatehouse down here. I don't really think I'll need any more than that, because I'm not expecting the boar boys to really get through. We shall see. My first unit of swordsmen I'm going to bring up to the wall just here, like so, ready to deal with any greenskins that may try and land here. I'm just going to spread them out a little bit, like so, just to deal with them as they come up. And then, if needs be, I could put another unit just here. I don't know why they're going to be so scantily. I'm not sure what's going on with the game there in terms of that diagonal, but we'll have it. And then I'm going to have my remaining unit of swordsmen and my greatswords down in reserve down here, like so. Just in the defilade of the tower, just so the archers have a hard time hitting them. My captain, I'm going to move up to this tower here, ready to meet the enemy lord that's going to be landing over here. And then, who have I got left? I've got... ooh, I'm sure I've got at least one unit of spearmen. Yeah, I've got at least one unit of spearmen, and then I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah, 1 unit of spearmen left. I'll bring my unit of spearmen, my other unit of spearmen, just over to here, just in case the archers that are on this wall need some mutual support. But I think they'll be okay. I've got to be honest. I may even... You know what, I'm going to bring the swordsman, that backup unit of swordsmen over here, and I'm going to have this other unit of spearmen just here, just in case they need to man the gatehouse. Like so. So that's going to be my setup. I think we're all ready to go here. We are all situated and secure. All of the towers will be captured on our turn. Let's rock and roll. So, just going to pause the game here for the moment. What I need to do is wait for these towers to be captured, and then it's happy days, I think. So we're going to set all of my guys here to turn skirmish mode off so they don't do any running away. I'm going to get the mortar to focus the bulk of their infantry. So we're actually going to get the mortar to fire on that Savage Orc unit just there, up and over the walls. Let's go. Right then, immediately we've got archer fire coming out on those guys there. We're going to try and slow those guys down as best we can. Let's start the... actual what's-it unit shouldn't be too much of an issue for us, so we're just going to try and focus on their... Ooh, very nice hits with the mortars. Excellent shooting.
The Empire endures.
Lovely stuff. Let's focus on their infantry if we can. Start going for those archers if possible.
We are ready.
Up they come to that wall there. Nothing we can't deal with.
At your service.
Start going for those guys at the back, prioritising their archers, I think, there, Mr. Mortar, if that's okay. Doing good damage to that unit there. As suspected, those guys have landed on the wall over here. I'm going to get my Empire Captain just over to here, ready to give mutual support there. Our guys are being fired at from over the gatehouse, but nothing we can't deal with. Lots of units going to be landing up and over there. Beautiful splash on their archers as they're not moving. Excellent stuff. Those guys have just landed down there on the wall. Nothing that they can really do about it. They're just getting shot to absolute pieces there. We're going to get our mortar to keep working those guys as best we can there. Those guys are going to be coming up on the wall here very, very shortly. That's going to be where a majority of the fighting's going on. If we can move our crossbow unit over to here now, they're going to be able to shoot them in the side as they climb the ladder. And we're going to get our Empire Captain in against their Lord that's just made contact there. Mortars are still pounding away, which is lovely. Crossbowmen. Start working on those Savage Orcs if we can. Do we have those guys up on the wall? Yes, we do. I think we'll be okay, to be honest. They're honestly a few seconds away from routing. I think our guys should be able to deal with them. They should rout any moment. The crossbowmen should be able to land those kills. Excellent stuff. Nearly routed those archers. We're hacking away at that Lord there, which is lovely. Let's get our great swords up on the wall now. Let's get them to commit to the mosh. This guy here. Stay over here for me if that's alright. Mortar unit. Let's start working their cavalry if we can. Hopefully they're not going to get too close to the gate. That unit is routing, which is lovely. We're going to get this unit of spearmen. No, we'll get this unit of swordsmen to come up and support on the wall. They'll run down and try and deal with those guys. We should get a rout here in not too much time at all. That poor cavalry. Lovely stuff. The great swords are on the wall now, taking names, which is lovely. Those guys are falling back, which is awesome. Plenty of guys getting carved up and around there, which is great. Slow mortar shells sound kind of strange. They do a little bit, don't they? Let's just keep riddling these guys. Archers are having a great old time, and the mortars are having a good old time as well, just battering them into submission. The gatehouse is being attacked by at least one unit of the Boar Boys. Nothing we can't deal with, though. Nothing we can't deal with. We've got these guys pushing through over here. Bring those guys back to secure the other side of the gatehouse, just in case they try and push through. Hold those guys over here. The enemy's activated a war ability. Again, nothing we can't deal with at the moment. We are getting some pretty nice kills on them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this archer unit over to here. Come off of the wall for me, please. Absolutely shredding those other guys there. Our couple of spearmen units. Let's push out and try and deal with those Savage Orc Boar Boys. Let's defend the main gate. Lovely stuff. Going to defend the main gate there, which is excellent news. We're going to pull this unit of archers off, maybe. No, they are kind of shooting those guys in the bum, which is fine. We can hold the main gate here against them. I don't think they're going to have much in the way of penetrating power to get through. Let's bring these guys back if we can over to here. Keep our guy chasing their general down just so he doesn't come back. We're holding the fort well, chaps. Barely any losses so far. Mortar, we're just going to get you to stop for the moment, if that's okay. Come back over here. You should be fine for the moment. Get over to here for me. And just start shooting at those guys on the gate there. Or those guys on the wall. Crossbowman, aim high. And then just send it down into the meat and gravy of them. Excellent stuff. Not much they're going to be able to do about that. In fact, that could have even just routed them there. Great swords aren't really doing much. Let's get them to commit to one of the sides. Guys in the centre look like they're about broken. And they're pulling away. Excellent stuff. What we'll do is we'll keep our archers on the walls and stuff, and we'll just try and run down who we can as they start pulling back there. Do as much damage as they can as they run away so that they won't be able to remount another attack. Try and chase down the people that we can. We managed to get their general, which is perfect. We'll just try and kill as many of them as possible so that they can't mount another attack. Excellent stuff. Just really shaft them as best as we're able to. Excellent stuff. Superb. More kills, more XP. That's it. Oh, gruesome. Absolutely gruesome. Well, that was a piss that one into the wind. More mortars coming out. It's a bad day to be these guys. Oof. Oof. Very, very nice. Towers are still having a good go, which is great. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely, jubbly. More kills, more XP. Towers have obviously done a good job of getting all of these guys, which is great. Mortar shots raining down again. A little bit too far ahead on those rounds. Decent hit there. And that's, you remember that health, that unit was pretty much full health as it was leaving the gate there, so the fact that it's that low is very, very promising for the amount of damage that we've done to their army. So with their army pretty much dead and done for here, let us end turn. Close victory, I'm sure. Let us end turn, and we are good to go. So for the cost of only 45 losses, we've managed to kill 840 greenskins. Very, very close. Very close battle it was. It could have turned at any second. So yeah, that's the battle for Fort Sol. You can see, obviously, how these Imperial forts are, yeah, going to hold our southern ground if we can. The only problem is that the only people that you're really going to encounter from the south are greenskins, and they've got the fucking underway, so they can just underway past your fort. It is a problem that we're going to have, unfortunately. But hopefully, should they choose to attack the fort, we will be able to hold. Just a case of stopping them, really. Right. So, let us see. Close victory then, as ever. We're going to kill the captives there. A couple of experience points for the guys on the wall and stuff, which is lovely. Let us execute the captives. That army now is in a pretty sorry state. They might do some recruiting and try and push past again, but they cannot come north through that centre point without it. So, let's have a look at this then. So, Marienburg has not been part of the Empire since 2429 IC, when its Burgermeister paid a large sum of gold to the corrupt Emperor Dieter IV that guaranteed Marienburg's independence. There are many in the Empire who would like to rescind this deal. First and foremost, the Count of Nordland, the once nominal ruler of Marienburg, now forbidden to enter the city-state under threat of death. What will your stance be towards Marienburg? What is IC? I've got no idea. What do we think about that? I think we will go with Marienburg will return to the Empire, because it's going to be important to try and get them on our side if we can. So Marienburg we will bring Marienburg back into the fold, I think. So Marienburg would stay independent. You can no longer declare war on Marienburg. We do get a shitload of money from trade and 3,000 up front. But if we return them to the Empire, yes, we lose our diplomatic bonuses with them, but I think it would be time to bring them into the fold. So for a united Empire, we must tell Marienburg to return. So Marienburg will return to the Empire. Nordland is pleased with your decision regarding the independence of Marienburg. We get +20 with Nordland, which is fine. Steingart itself then, let's have a look at it. We want to get ourselves a field built. The old world has many mouths to feed. Grain provides the grist for mills and base ingredients for spirits. Let us get the fields up and raring, ready to go. We've obviously got these guys just in and over here as well. This place does not have a very good garrison as far as I know, so I'm going to want to really push on them with some extreme prejudice if I could, just to try and gain some ground if at all possible. It does mean trespassing against the Averheim unless I can sign for a military access. No, okay, we're going to go and annoy them by marching through their land, but I want to get to these guys before they do, so crossing the river here is going to take an enormous amount of our marching strength. We are quite damaged, but if need be we can fight this battle and just win it by hand. Vlad von Karstein is marching out with his nasty army there, probably going to be going for Grenstadt. We could support the Averheim in a moment. We'll see actually if we can sign a non-aggression pact, because the longer the Averland lasts, the longer we last, basically, because they are our buffer from vampiric corruption at the moment. Again, we're not going to build that just yet. We're going to wait until Steingart is of the next level. It will be achieving the next level on the next turn, so let us wait for that to occur. We are getting just barely enough public order to get by here. It is a little bit of a struggle, but we'll do what we can. Okay, good stuff. The corruption is pretty rank at the moment, so I'm definitely going to need to get... Oh, Grenstadt has fallen very quickly. Okay, that is less than ideal for me, because that means I'm now going to have vampiric corruption on my border. It does give us the opportunity to actually take this, although I may end up giving it back to the elector count that it's from. I do need to secure the mountains first, though. This is part of the SFO stuff like this. This basically outlines faction caps. So, for example, the elite units are capped as to how many you can have, so that you can't spam them. For example, you can't have a full army of steam tanks, for example. We're going to go with the faction-wide caps, like so. We're going to change into just standard marching stance, and we're going to take the fight into Migdal Vongelbarak. A facile fight. We're going to auto-resolve that one. Nearly lose that swordsman. What can I do? We are going to occupy this city for the moment. And same as before, we're going to go and get fields up in this position just to try and get growth as quickly as possible. We're also going to get another point into Emperor's Finest here as part of our upgrades, and we're going to get our first point into the Pistol Corps, which is what we want. We can also upgrade Steingart, so let me do that as well this turn. Okay, so far so good. Is there anybody that wants a trade deal with me? The Vissenland, maybe? Do you like me? They don't like me. I can get a trade deal with the Averland here. They want military. I can give them military access, and I want trade. If you've got trade, that will make some money for us. Not bad at all. Now, if I'm in a position to help these guys on the next couple of turns, I will, but they have some really strong stuff. They've got Blood Knights, they've got so many Vargeists, it's not even funny. I'm definitely going to need a stronger army if I'm going to take them on. So, I'm going to recruit 2 more units of Spearmen, just to bolster my otherwise reasonably attritioned army. And we're going to go from there. So, 2 more units of that. I don't want to spend too much money getting predicted income and stuff. Look at this, they've just underwayed past, because they're Egypts. That's so annoying that they can just underway past the fort, but that is something I suppose they're allowed to do. Right, now what you would be tempted to do would be to come through this mountain pass, but it's actually ill-advised because the attrition in this mountain pass is awful. So I don't really want to go through this because it would take me like 3 turns to get through. Those guys are going in over there. They've used the underway to push over that way. I do have to be very, very wary of them, and I will try to be. The beastmen have grown numerous in years. Deep in the forests of the old world, in hidden caves, fetid jungles, and secluded desert regions, they await the call of their chaotic masters. Will the tribes leave these areas to destroy and ravage the civilizations of the world? Choosing yes will enable beastmen invasions in the mid to late game. This will make the game easier if you play as chaos or beastmen. Let us click yes, so that we have more shit thrown at us in the mid to late game. Let's have a look here. Friends in high places, you're approached by your sharpest political advisor, who has formulated a plan to increase your standing amongst the other electors. It will involve considerable politicking from you, however, the great deal of time spent with each and every one of the heads of the other state. I cannot engage in it because I do not have enough prestige to do so, but if I do nothing, I gain a shitload of prestige. So let us do that to get a load of prestige. Prestige we will need, so... What I'm going to do is I'm going to go for this guy here, and I'm also going to untick tax in the province, because I don't need tax. I doubt he's even reading chat. I am a little bit. There's a mod that prevents armies from underwaying past mountains with forts, just for your information. There you go. I will endeavour to remember such a critical piece of information, though I ultimately apologise if I don't. That's going to be attrition there. That's going to be a bit of a faff, but it's not going to be the end of the world. I can afford a little bit of attrition. Quite a lot of attrition, but I can afford a little bit of attrition. It's going to take a little bit of time, sorry. Okay, so that's there. Just barely holding on with public order. The Skaven corruption is pretty rank, I've got to be honest. I may even decide to come and commit to Sigmarite Dogma just to try and suppress the amount of Skaven corruption I'm getting. So let us do that. Let us switch our public edict, or our province edict, to Sigmarite Dogma to increase the amount of untainted there and hopefully suppress the growth of Skaven corruption at least a little bit. And end turn. Lovely. I have 200 hours in Total War Warhammer, and I look at this game and I can see exactly why Soviet One will just say is they reused the assets and called it a new game. They did, to be fair. And we're meant to be getting Total War Warhammer 3 in the not-too-distant future, which I guess is just going to be more.
Valuable than gold, or so they tell me.
Okay, so your man here wants to get in with a military access offer. I'm going to refuse military access. They want some gold for it. I'm not in the business of giving gold away. I can handle these guys on my own, so I'm going to refuse the military access. Lovely stuff. Right. Let's have a look then. There is still time before great battles and wars. Take this moment. There's a time of prosperity, stability. We've got ourselves 30 growth and 2 public order. I can't argue with that. We have suppressed the Skaven corruption to a point now, which means the Skaven corruption isn't going to get any worse than this so long as we keep pumping Sigmarite Dogma down their throats, which is fine by me for the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move into Steingart if I can here, just embed and get as much replenishment as I reasonably can. We can also delete this rally field, although I probably want to keep it just for this turn so I can do some basic recruitment, at least of swordsmen and things like that. I'm going to merge all of these units together. I'm going to delete the most damaged unit. I'm not going to do it for these two. I'm going to recruit one of them, and I'm going to recruit 2 of them, just to bolster out the army a bit more. I want to keep that guy's veterancy, and I will lose it if I merge them, so I'm going to try and keep that as close as I can for now. I do need to get crossbowmen and stuff. I am delaying it a little bit, but this is the decision I have chosen to make. This guy over here, I'm not sure what he's recruiting, but I do have to get over there reasonably sharpish. Not much I can do. Still a little while before I can get the Elector State stuff. So, yeah, let's go from there. End turn. Those guys have reappeared on our borders there, which is a bit of a faff, because it means they could attack either our capital or our minor settlement here. They are going to throw a spanner in the works in the form of, well, basically meaning I have to commit to another battle before I can go and take the... Oh, shit, they're coming. Oh my god, fucking hell. They went on a bit of a recruitment drive. Holy shit, okay. Well, it is war again then, from the looks of it. We're going to have to defend the fort another time. We already repelled them once, we can repel them again. Let's do it. Fight, battle. An even larger army this time. It means we're going to have to, it means we're going to have to man more of the wall, but what can we do? Right then. I'm not sure whether I caught your subs. I apologise if I didn't. But thank you very much there to Sarah Barnett there for the 25 months. Cube Wave, Cube Love to you. And No Name for the 7 months. Very, very kind of you both. So let us get Mr. Siegfried Furthfiedler, beautiful name, to, yes, defend battle, yeah, to defend Fort Sol once again from the Orcish menace. We should do a reasonably good job at holding them back. We held them back before, we can hold them back again. Only now did Discord notify me. I'm very mad, I know. I know, it's a terrible business. Right. So, let's have a look. We'll come back. There's got to be a better way of me putting notifications. I think I might just have to have a manual notifications channel, to be honest, if I remember. So the enemy is spread much further out over the wall this time, which is a little bit of a bother for us, which means we're going to have to man all parties, I believe. So we're going to get our mortars over here as we did before. We're going to want to defend the main gate as reasonably as we can. So I'm going to get 2 units of spearmen this time holding the main gate, just in the event that they do break through, because they're going to have a lot more bodies pushing it. This time I am in a similar position where I'm just going to have to try and engage them as best as I can from what position I can. So we're going to engage that guy over here and this guy over here. We're going to have a similar setup with the archers as we did last time. Like so. Spreading them out like that, just trying to get all of the towers active as best as possible. They don't really have many archers, which is, if I'm going to be honest, a bit of a saving grace. There's definitely a tighter cluster over here, so I'm going to get my 2 veteran swords units holding the left-hand side here if I can. There, and we're going to get them. What is going on with these formations? Do you want it just... It's the mooning division. It's the moon platoon. They're going to show their asses too. Okay, you do you, Jack. We're going to get our great swords over here as well, ready to manoeuvre in the event that we need them. Thank you very much there to Mr. M Finnegan. Sorry for the tier 1 sub for 6 months. Thank you very much. Right. What do we think about this? I feel like I can hold the wall. If I need to, I can fall back to the middle ground, but I want to hold the wall if I can, because the advantage here that I have is the fact that the enemy have to trickle up the towers. In a straight fight, I don't think I'll be able to hold the middle against them. In just a straight fight, I'm going to struggle, I think. So we're going to try and fight them on the walls if I can, and suppress them as such. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring 1 unit of swordsmen over to here. Hopefully that's going to be enough. In the event that I need to, I might bring this unit of spearmen just over to here in case I need to plug this gap, but we shall see. As ever, I'm going to get the Empire Captain over to this tower, and, well, that is it. Let us fight this battle. Pausing the game for a moment to just review our targets ahead of us here. There seems to be the tightest cluster of enemy troops, so we're going to go for here and try and splash as many as we can in and around there, including their archers. Let us wait for the towers to capture. Let us set all of these units to not skirmish. Let's get focusing on you, focusing on you, focusing on you, and focusing on you, if that's okay. You go after him, you go after him. We've got a lot of gaps to plug. It's going to take a lot of time. We've just got to try and do as much damage as we can. We've got to plug as many of the gaps as we can. It's going to be really rough. Ooh, good meat hits, good meat hits, good meat hits. Cavalry's coming up there. We're just going to have to deal with a small amount of archery fire coming in at the moment. Not much I can do about it. There'll be a time to hit the archers. That time is not just yet. Their lord is coming up over here. Let's move our guy over to there. We're going to have our work cut out on this wall here. Got very good withering fire down and on that flank there. Let's move our crossbowmen over to here to shoot them in the side as they come through. We're going to have to get these guys over to here, I think. Plug that gap. Get the spearmen up high. Ladders are landing on the wall here. This guy has landed. Let's get over here. See how we do. We'll get these guys to pull back over to here. Right, towers, start going for them. Mortars start going for their archers. The gate will have to hold, at least for a moment. Those guys have routed. That's excellent news. Get you guys to go for him. Right, leave the gatehouse for the moment. Pull back for me, please, archers. Plug the gate. Or plug this tower, even. Get up on that wall for now. Let's get our spearmen over to here. Just got to play 5-dimensional checkers with people. Plug all these gaps if we can. Get over there. Right, let's get our greatsword infantry up on the wall at long last. Right, we've got this buff here, which will give people 25% defense bonus. Let's give it to those guys. Give them a massive melee defense bonus, and let's get the great swords in on the enemy. We've got these guys shooting up and over here. Let's go for those guys if we can. Get our mortar to go over for them. Gate is looking reasonably healthy for the moment. I can't argue with that. Get these guys over here. Archers are withering in on them all flanks, which is great. That one unit of guys is sort of struggling there. Good hits on... Ooh, beautiful meat hit from the mortar there. Well done. These guys are all pushing past each other. Just hold fire on the mortar for the moment. Keep these guys pushing through as best we can. They are holding, just barely. That's all we need them to do. You guys, I need you to start suppressing those ones there, because our poor fucking spearmen are struggling to hold them back. Okay, we've repelled those guys from the wall. Let's pull these archers off. And let's plug this gap if we can. Just here. Thank you for the bits there. 15 more to go, Thunk. It certainly does. They're bringing siege ladders up and over here. Let's get our guys back and over there, just so we can support those guys on this flank. Archers are giving them a good hand on the wall there. The spearmen really need the help. Let's see here. Keep holding. Their lord is just about gone. We've lost this one tower. Those archers are still about. Let's get the mortar to go and deal with those archers. The gatehouse has got 3/4 of its health still left, which is what we need. Okay, spearmen, get over to there. Start dealing with those guys. Get the crossbowmen to swivel round. Deal with those guys for me, please, chaps. Going to take us a little bit of time, but we've got to hold them as best we can. Right, this unit of swordsmen, I'm going to get you to pull back so the great swords can really commit. The great swords should be able to hold them back, at least reasonably. Now plug this gap on the right if we can. Just let the great swords get in on the front. Let us commit to that flank there on the right with the defense. Get our captain over there. We are holding, just barely. The enemy morale is suffering. Gatehouse is still under my control here, although it looks like a couple of units have just randomly broken through the gate. Could we keep that closed if it's... What? What? No. No. What has happened? Why is the gate open? What happened there? Shenanigans. Routing units open the gate. Hold that motherfucking gate. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. That is a disaster. Bring that gate back under my control. Gatehouse held by the Golden Order. Let's just keep it that way. Fucking unbelievable. Right, let's bring you over here for me if that's alright. Get you to commit over to there. It looks like their army is starting to fall now.
Great swords for the Warhammer.
Excellent. Their army's starting to shatter. Well held, chaps, well held. Lovely stuff. Someone made an oopsie. So it's a very long-lived bug, that's it. Lovely stuff. Towers are absolutely pissing on the guys at the back, which is great. Bonus range damage in on them, which is lovely. Great swords did a bang-up job. The swordsman did a bang-up job. Everybody's just held, which is what we needed. Let's get those spearmen off of this wall here, just to come and tangle with these fucking what's-it guys here. I think that's potentially a mass rout. Looks like a mass rout to me. Get up on the wall. Try and shoot as many of them as we can as they fall back. Lovely stuff. Then we'll just shoot as many, kill as many as we can as they retreat. Lovely stuff. Just try and kill as many as possible. Excellent. Well held. That was a fucking good fight, that was. Fucking good fight. That's going to leave them pretty badly damaged. It was a little bit ropey. Some of our units were down to sort of half strength, but we've managed to suppress the enemy as best as we can, which is awesome stuff. Lovely stuff. Mortars are doing well. Hold fire for me, please. You guys shoot at those guys. You guys come over here and shoot at them. Try not to shoot at each other, please, chaps. You do realise the big blob's just there? Okay, right. Excuse me. Don't know whether I can actually aim that close. I hope I can. Right, you dogs. Doesn't look like it. No, it looks like it's shot up in the air. Looks like I can't actually... Yeah. Looks like it won't let me. Come on, turn around.
March as one!
Shoot him in the back. Right, page up. That guy there. Oh, that was just a little bit too high. Shoot them in the back as they run. Fuck off.
I pray Ulrich is with us this day.
Go away. My fort. Oh, not quite good enough. There's that small pod there just about to run up the ramp. We got it. Heroic victory. Excellent. When they run inside the town, I know, right? Excellent stuff. We managed to kill 1,200 of their orcs with only 200 losses on our own part there. Archers did amazing work. Mortar did well. Melee core did... Everyone did well, to be honest. Everyone did fucking well to hold against that. And the only saving grace is that all of those savage orcs had to filter up over the wall. If they didn't have to filter up over the wall, Jesus. Right. Why was that one heroic but the other one was close? I've no idea. No idea. But yes, we've managed to kick them in the teeth, which is going to make them ripe for a bit of butt sex. Hopefully Balthazar Gelt can get there this turn. We shall see, though. Congrats on the heroic. Thank you very much, mate. Right. So far, so good. So far, so good. Just got to wait for it to load up here, and then we are sorted. Right. Execute the captives once again, if that's okay. Get ourselves some vigor loss reduction and leadership. Excellent. Lovely. Then that leaves those guys damaged over there. What I could probably do then is tiptoe over to Piefeldorf, for the lack of a better name, and then let us build our rally field just over here. Sorry, or our training field barracks. Let's get that built. Let us delete this one. Hopefully it means we're going to be able to start building a public order building over here, and that will allow us to switch the tax rate back on. At the moment, that's a bit of a struggle for us. I could go with this one, host a Festag, which will get me +4 public order and 2% to the tax rate, but the problem is that's going to invite more Skaven corruption in. So we need that. We need that Sigmarite dogma passed around. Not much else I can do other than to sit tight and wait for that. Migdal Vond needs an upgrade, so let us pay for that, and Fort Sol needs an upgrade, so let us pay for that as well. Excellent stuff. Leaving us a few coins in the bank to be sure. Let us also get the better field as well, and move forward. Lovely stuff. Hello, Lady Felicity. Good to see you. Bigger fort, that's it. Nice. Love the faction. Yeah, I do love the faction as well. So, the Averheim's days are numbered, right? The vampires are already starting to gain ground on them. As soon as I've dealt with this greenskin problem, I've got to try and consolidate my ground against those guys. It's going to be a real faff otherwise. So let us upgrade the rally field to tier 2 here. Let us get the tap room here, which is the Empire's public order building under infrastructure. Smaller taverns are often little more than rooms with kegs of ale stacked along one side of a hay-strewn floor. Let us go for a tap room. Public order. Very, very nice. We're also going to get Mr. Gelt here to creep on forward if we can. If I can get up towards his capital in reasonably good time, I might just come to the edge of the boundary here, 52%. Hopefully I can launch an attack next turn. He's actually going for my minor settlement. He's got a lot of orc boys. That's a bit of a faff. I might be able to get a little bit better replenishment. Do I want to go for an extra set of units? I might go for an extra couple of swordsmen just while I'm here, just to try and bolster my melee corps. It's going to be a big bloody fight, to be sure. The more men I can get on the action, the better. Let us end turn and see what he's going to do. If I do lose that minor settlement, it's not the end of the world, but hopefully I can keep it, as I've invested some money into it. We'll see what he does. If he loses his capital for the sake of going for a minor settlement, that is fine by myself. Marienburg has declared war on Middenland and Nordland. Interesting. He is moving away, which means his capital province, or his capital settlement, is ripe for the taking. All I have to do is go up and get it. The migration. A great migration comes to our borders, demanding shelter from larger threats abroad. Do we let them cross into our territory or turn them away? If we accept, if we refuse them, we don't get anything. But if we accept them, we get extra growth, minus 10% upkeep, and minus 3 public order. Now, growth would be nice, and I should be able to handle the influx of public order due to the fact that I'm building the tap room. So I'm going to welcome them in. We also have a chance here. The Grand Tour. Top Gear's coming. There are a few better ways to attain political standing than getting the common man on your side. One possible way of doing this is a Grand Tour of the States, in which you schedule a cavalcade to travel from capital to capital, where you will address the masses on any and all matters that might concern them. Needless to say, organising such a tour will involve calling a lot of favours and pulling a lot of strings to achieve. We could either pay 1,000 prestige to get +1 political authority, or I can do nothing to get 1,000 prestige again. I'm actually going to opt in for more prestige rather than the imperial authority, due to the fact that I basically want to save my prestige to negate wars and things if it comes to that. So I'm going to do nothing and bank more of the prestige. Okay. Right. So I'm going to creep up towards their capital now. Not much they can do about it. Can't initiate the attack this turn, which is unfortunate, but I can get right the way there. I could cancel this building here, as they are going to take it next turn, unless it really ups its garrison, but from the looks of it, this is going to be mostly orc boys, so the garrison just isn't going to be able to hold against that without a leader, so I'm going to cancel that and get my funds back out of it, ready for it to be lost. But also delete the fields as well. I'll leave them there. Right. They're going to get kicked in the bum, but there's not much I can do about that. Steingart could go up to level 3, which I think I'm going to do, to be honest, although it's going to cost me a lot of money. Money I don't necessarily have, I must be frank. Let us do that. It's cost me a lot of me coin, but it will mean that it has a captain, and potentially if that band of orcs attacks it, they should be able to... Oh, there you go, there's Vlad von Karstein. Probably the right call to get Steingart in a position to defend itself. Foreign trespasser, he is now in my land. Interesting, let's have a look at Alaric Ransulfsson, whatever his name is. He wants a non-aggression pact. I will sign a non-aggression pact with you for now. But that is all. Black Venom has gone in here. Absolutely no chance to defend it against all of those Orc boys. We're going to auto-resolve it and let them take it. They've just gone for the sack. And they have ran away. Fort Sol, they are trying to attack again. This time we could just go for the auto-resolve. Are we happy to go for an auto-resolve on this one? This one looks like a facile victory. They've tried to just desperately attack it again. I think we should just auto-resolve that one. I think we're fed up of seeing Fort Sol now. Yeah, we'll auto this one. Lovely stuff. A few extra losses on my part there, but that is that faction destroyed now. Skulltaker's faction is gone. Absolutely excellent. I'm now going to take their faction capital off of these guys here. Let us move on in and attack them. Ambusher discovered. He has been taken away. A final supper. Seeking the gift of regeneration, an imprudent cabal of young magic users has been dabbling in ogre gastromancy. Nice. But disaster strikes as they inadvertently summon the Great Maw itself, smacking its lips with delight at the banquet laid out before it. The Maw devours the hapless sorcerers where they stand and disappears with a satisfied belch. The arcane upheaval has sapped the winds of magic faction-wide. Final supper. We've lost 10 winds of magic in reserve and amount. That is pretty annoying. Nice. Okay, well, we've got ourselves a fight then. I'm probably going to want to hold a siege here for the moment just to build some siege equipment. A couple of siege towers if I can. And then we will go in and over the walls in just a moment. They shouldn't be able to repel us. They've got a lot of archers, but I've got a lot of men. And I'm hoping I'm going to be able to use that to some reasonable effect. They do have a shaman, or a wizard, which is a bit of a faff. But we shall build some siege towers and attack their capital province. So let's continue on the siege. We should get very, very minor replenishment in the siege, which is nice. We're going to get a couple of extra great swords for the army, which couldn't hurt. I'm hoping your man isn't going to declare war on me very, very early. If he does, that's going to be a little bit of a faff. Let's see. Vissenland.
It is good to see fellow sons of the Empire this day.
Let's sign a trade agreement with you and sign military access with me. Although, to be honest, you don't really have anything that you want to come into my land for. Can't get a defensive alliance or anything with you. Right, let us hold our ground then. If the enemy comes for us, we'll go from there. They've left a pile of shit in the fucking camp. What can I do? 500 gold to get rid of it. I have to leave it for now. This place doesn't have the strongest garrison in the world, especially if all of these fucking Vargulf and stuff come over here. I've just got to hope that they don't declare war on me this turn. Otherwise, I'm going to have a real pain in the ass. I'm going to have to assume that the Averland or the Averheim are going to keep the pressure on Vlad von Carstein, although they could have even lost their ground, to be honest. There is raiding going on. Of course there is, of course there is. Public order should hold for the moment. I'll just have to deal with the raiding penalties for now. There's really very little I can do. They have sallied out. Interesting. I could probably beat them in the field, just barely. I've got a lot of archers, but I have more melee corps and a lot of mortars. So I should be able to beat them in the field. Let us go for a save, because beating them out here will count for a lot inside. I think we're just going to have to, yeah, try and give them a pounding if we can. So, I don't have many archers, mind you, but it's just really going to be a melee on melee core mosh pit here. So, let us go for the fight. We do have artillery and stuff, and we do have Balthazar Gelt's limited magic. Let's see if we can push round and get them. You should smash them with Balthazar's magic, to be honest. Hopefully. I don't have much magic unlocked for him yet, but at least the units I do have plenty of buffs from the red tree. The public, or not the leadership tree, the red tree from the Lord. So I don't have much magic, but hopefully it will be enough. I don't know whether he's going to start with his units, or whether they're going to rally around him, or what. I'm not sure how it works. I think he will start with them. Rush the cav on the general. I think you're probably right there. See if we can get as much damage in on the general as possible. I can hold the defensive ground here due to the fact that the fucking enemy is attacking me. I'm going to keep the damaged unit a little bit out of the way, just to keep its veterancy and stuff. They do have a little bit of... Did they have cavalry? I don't think they did, to be honest. I think it's just a case of sitting tight and going to town. Anti-large and stuff like that. These guys have got charge defense versus large. Who's got the better defense? You guys have actually got more attack than the swordsmen, but the swordsmen have better defense because they have shields. Fair enough, can't argue with that. Let's get a line of guys like this. We will get a line of guys like that. Just going to go for like a weird wedge formation type thing. I'm going to put the mortar in behind them. Get the great swords in over here. Get one unit of these because they might try and envelop us. So I want to have my extreme flanks covered. We'll have another unit of spearmen back here ready to support mutually, should it come to that. Archers here. Mortars here. Balthazar here. Get him right close to the front. And what else do I need? This unit of swordsmen. I'm going to get those guys as like a rear guard for the mortar, just in case somebody super duper duper flanks us. But I think that's going to be okay. No corner camping? I think I'll be fine. So, we're not going to gamble the winds of magic. We are just going to go straight in and go after their general here. Let's see if we can just pound the snot out of him.
protects us.
Lovely stuff. Don't fire the fucking mortar at him. Excellent stuff. So the Outriders' rifles are absolutely cutting their general to ribbons, which is going to do wonders for killing their morale. Excellent stuff. Absolutely cutting him to pieces. Keep trying to keep close to him. These guys can fire on the move even though they don't get... Oh, did I tell the mortar to move? You sit tight. He's almost gone. Where did that mortar get to? You come back here for us. And that's him dealt with. Lovely stuff. We continue our bombardment. Attack these guys. You can all see they've taken some public order damage. Or some leadership damage as a result of their lord getting snaffled. These guys do have a shield on them, but these guys have, as part of SFO, shield breaker, which causes their missile parry to go down, due to the fact that they're literally being shot with bullets, and like a wooden orcish shield isn't going to stop a musket round too effectively. Just got to watch out for their archers as they are creeping ever closer. Let's pull back a little bit. Lovely stuff. Public order damage, that's it. Right. Push over to here. Leave you guys like that. Engage those other guys. Do please take as slow of a turn as you possibly can. Excellent. Have we killed many entities? We've killed a few entities actually on that army. Not bad at all. Keep those rifles going. Wait till you see the whites of their eyes to run, because the accuracy is fantastic this close.
Moving now.
That's the stuff.
In the name of the twin-tailed
Done a pretty good job against that one.
for the Emperor.
Okay, let's get the mortar in on him then.
Sir, quick march to battle. No lingering. All ranks, fire.
A fine hit.
Mortar. Take your targets.
We may even be able to get him to rout here.
Outriders. For skull splitter.
Oh, beautifully timed with the mortar barrage. I think they're expecting them to just move a little bit faster. The artillery's done a good job there, spooking those guys off.
Outriders. We serve friends. Yes, sir, quickly.
Juicy, juicy.
Fire, fire.
Crossbowmen are having a go.
Mortar.
Start getting on those guys as it's a much tighter blob.
Outriders.
Hopefully we'll be able to get these guys routed. Our own archer fire coming in there. That's them gone. Excellent stuff. And then let's pull this guy back a moment. Okay. Again, we're trying to prioritise hitting their archers if we can here in the tightest blobs that we can. Mortar's doing well with already 60 kills under its belt. Come and park up over there for me. Our shield men are just going to have to sit and take the pounding that they're due to receive. Not much I can do about it for the moment. I've got to hold my ground here so that the mortar doesn't get punished too much. That's the one. Get that guy on guard mode. Hold all flanks. Try and go for a hit on them. Nothing too glamorous. That'll do. Magic damage has routed that one unit. Let's just keep pounding away at those guys. Looks like a super flank may be going on here, so I'm just going to go and bring those guys around. Try and shoot at them if we can. Protect our super flanks. Yeah, those fucking great swords are getting shafted. Let's get into the fight if we can. Round we go. On them. I lost all of my FPS there, Jesus. Pull these guys back. Pull those guys round. That's A-OK by me. You over here. Come round this side. They're shooting us in the side here. Nothing we can't deal with though. Let's run out and greet those guys. Lovely stuff. Don't really want to get shot in the back by them if I can avoid it. Balthazar magic when we can. We'll get in over there. Where are our great swords? Those guys are getting plugged in over on that flank. Just keep chopping away. Okay, I'm going to get the mortar to start going for that blob there. That's going to be really good if we can get them. Let's get Balthazar to help out the unit of greatswords that's getting riddled. That's fine by them. Get you guys over there. Those crossbowmen. Mortars. Come on, lads. Land some juicy hits for me, please. I'm relying on you. Do not push up. Excellent shooting. Keep pounding on their best units if we can. Bring them round on the side. Balthazar, are you ready, my son? I'm going to land it right on their heads if we can. That should be them routing any second. Go after them next. Those guys are pulling back. We're not going to waste our position and our formation. Let's shoot over there. Those guys are holding nicely. Keep moving down the line. Excellent stuff. They've got a rout coming. They did sally out, so we do have to be careful not to completely lose our ground. Excellent stuff. We can come around the side here with our outriders. Lovely stuff. Positions held nicely. Get our crossbowmen shooting at the guys a little bit further back if we can. Excellent job with our spearmen, carving them up nicely. See if we can shoot those guys in the side, keep their rout going. Those guys actually can't move through there, which is a bit of a faff. Could charge these guys down because they're routing. That's fine. Let's get you guys in and over here. Commit to that flank a little bit more heavily. Let's get your boy here to use the Plague of Rust on those guys. Get the mortar to shoot at him. Get our outriders to go and harass those archers. Thank you very much there to Mr. Apache. That's the stuff there. I think they're in full retreat. There they go. Right. We need to get on their big guns if we can. Mortar on some of the juicier units if we can. A-OK by me. Excellent stuff. Well held. Mortar's going in on those front units there, just trying to rack up as many kills as we can. Excellent stuff. Gorgeous. Oh. Meaty hits. Mortar's got 230 kills there, which is lovely. We've just got to keep chopping up those big guns, because the big guns will be the biggest pain in the arse, to be sure. Oh. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Oh, it's just gruesome. Kick him while he's down. Absolutely magical. Last few of the big guns are going to be going here any second. Mortar's getting all the XP, which is nice. It's always good to have some decently trained mortars. Only a few shots left on it, to be honest. Right. Up and over they go. Oh. Absolutely gruesome. There you go. Just again, trying to do as much damage as we can. I know it's only goblins. They only killed one unit. All of those dead goblins for one unit, eh? I think they are home free, are they? No, no, they're not home free. My mistake. Timber! Jesus. Oh. Oh, brutal. Right, we'll end that there. Close battle indeed. Let us end turn. This was the siege. Well, it wasn't the siege, right? It was that basically the enemy sallied out to meet us. What's left of their reinforcements will return back to their hold, but we've given them a pretty bloody nose, which is fantastic news. Yeah, we held really, really well. Really, really well. Especially against all of the archers. What's the difference between mortars in vanilla and SFO? Yeah. I'm not entirely sure the exact difference between them. It's been so long since I've played vanilla, to be honest. But yeah, this was good stuff. We did a pretty nice butt kick in there. Can't argue, can't argue. Giving them a damn good buggering. That was nice, wasn't it? We did good. We did good. Right. Let's see here. What do we want to go with? So we're going to go with execute the prisoners. As always, we've outright killed those big uns, which was the important thing. The enemy won't be able to regenerate due to the fact that they are being sieged. Obtain access to the following resource: iron. Balthazar Getto's always been fascinated with the purity of gold. In his eyes, no other metal can compare. He has laboured long in his probing its secrets, and inevitably these studies have led him towards solving the ultimate mystery of transmutation, the permanent transmutation of iron into gold. Now his search is nearing its goal, but the Supreme Patriarch requires raw materials for his research. We get 1,500 gold from that, which is lovely. Let us take a look here. Imperial politics. My lord, the State Council has made some proposals on how to spend the tax money and further develop the nation. The direction will be yours to decide. We can either go in with swords and shield. We can use -10 tax to get 5 casualty replenishment. It's -20% recruitment cost for all units and +1 for recruitment rank. We can go into the arcane endeavours, which will allow us to get extra winds of magic, extra research rate, and lower mischance cast, or chance to fuck up a casting, basically. Alchemical enchantments, we get -20% attrition, lower vigor loss, but more weapon strength, or we can just keep the tax money. I'm inclined... Casualty replenishment rate is always a nice one to go with, although to be honest, because of the fact that we're going against the vampire counts, it may be we're going to be going against the vampire counts after this, basically. It might be worth us going for this one, just so that we suffer less attrition as we move through vampiric land. What do we think about that? I think that's probably a good idea. 20% less attrition is a significant dent into the attrition of the enemy. So I think we're going to go with alchemical enchantments. Lovely stuff. We get extra campaign movement range from the messenger. Enemy has been killed in battle. We get ourselves the teeth rebates or whatever it was. And let's see. Cloak of Molten Metal. Move 1 heroes to a region owned by the dwarves. Interesting. Dwarves have ever been adept at fashioning metal, and Gelt suspects their smiths may have uncovered the secrets that will be useful to him. However, their methods are guarded more closely than the lives of the Supreme Patriarch will need to employ guile to wrest the knowledge he needs from the ancient dwarven halls. He dispatches a hero to negotiate with the dwarves. Fair enough. Okay, English is hard. Let us get ourselves another couple of points into this guy here, and then we can start getting points into his primary magic tree, which is going to be excellent there. I don't know whether we can just go for a cheeky... I think we can just go for a cheeky auto-resolve on that now. I think we've actually managed to build one of the siege towers. We have. We've got enough labour to build one of the siege towers. We may just be able to go straight in for the attack. I think I'm going to fight it, but we're going to go in and engage the enemy. We're going to go and take the castle off of them. So, fighting the battle, let us go and take Carrack-Herne from the enemy. Thank you very much there to Lawn Mower Garb. I don't know whether I caught your sub, sir, but thank you very much, matey, for the 5 months. Very, very kind. That's the one. So let us push into Carrack-Herne and capture them. Right. Out of curiosity, how much does this follow the balance and the mechanics of the actual tabletop game? I think just the lore stuff. I think it doesn't really follow it at all, to be honest, other than just units and stuff like that. But this is Karakern here. Dwarven City. Very, very smoky. I'm not going to gamble my Winds of Magic. I'm going to leave it with 23. That's fine by me. Okay, what I want to do then is I want to try and get my siege towers as close to the front as possible. We're going to fight for this gate over here, I believe, because if we fight for this one, they've got 3 towers on it, which would be a bit of a faff. So we're going to go for the one that's got 2 towers on it, if we can there. We're going to use our great swords in this siege tower, and we're going to use our swordmen in this siege tower to just try and push the enemy. We're then going to use our follow-up forces to try and punch in to the enemy city if we can. There's a bit of an art to it for sure. I'm going to leave my what's-it guys all the way at the back. I'm going to get the mortar over here. Hopefully he's far enough away. We're going to get the crossbowman over here, and we're going to get Balthazar Gels up front. Everyone all ready to go? I think so. Start battle and pause. Let's see where the enemy has positioned themselves. So the towers will be firing very soon. We want to try and hit as many of their archers as possible to begin with in order to try and suppress the enemy. Now the Orc Arrow Boys are definitely going to be the target that I want to go with here. So we'll go with... Well, I mean, if we aim for those Goblin Archers, we're more likely to hit that cluster of 2 units. So we'll go with that. Hopefully we don't hit the tower too much. Our actual siege towers then need to go and push up into these different positions. We'll get them going, and we'll actually get only the siege towers pushing up to start with. And there is reason for that. The enemy towers will absolutely cut my infantry to ribbons, right? But they don't have good enough towers to be able to destroy these guys quickly. What we're going to do is we're going to move up like that, and we're going to get them to walk. And we're just going to make sure that the siege towers sit in front and take the worst of the damage, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Get over there. So the siege towers are taking the brunt of the attack, and then we will push up afterwards. Q, you're doing ads on Twitch now? Or am I being dum-dum? I think it's because you're a non-sub, Cheshire Cat. I cannot change that, unfortunately. And we've got a hit in a limited capacity. Yeah, we're getting hits in a limited capacity. Lovely stuff. So you'll see that basically none of my men are being engaged until right at the last moment. And then that's when shit hits the fan. They found their zeroing, it looks like. Oh yes, they found their zeroing.
Oh,
holy shit.
Yeah.
Thank you very much there to I'm a Dino Raw for the 25 months there. There we go. They're starting to engage on Mr. Ballygelt. I should be able to just bring this down on their heads here. Aiming like there. Very meaty, very meaty. Right, we're coming to the edge of the siege tower's range now, which means we want to push these guys right up to the wall if we can. We're going to get these guys to push round to that side of the wall. And we're going to get those guys to push over to here. And we'll get them up and over there. You start shooting at those guys if we can. And we'll get these guys to try and start knocking on the central gate, or at least holding right in front of the central gate. Lovely stuff. We probably don't want this guy getting shot at, so we're probably going to move him up to here, as well as Balthazar Gelt. Those guys are going to be up at the wall now, which is lovely. Get those guys to push through. You push up on the wall. You go through. You go through over there. And then you two get up on the wall as well. Lovely stuff. Just watch the fire of the mortars and stuff. We're going to have to get in on these guys pretty sharpish like. Get them up the gate if we can. They're going for our mortars now, so we're going to need to pull our mortars back into the safety of the outside range there. Hopefully they don't get shafted too much. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them to drop mortars and just sprint back. See if we can get these horses to come round and take the worst of the brunt here.
Fire! Mortar! Yes, my lord!
I think they'll be okay. How far can that tower actually see? Nah, they'll get out. Lovely stuff. So the towers now can't hit or see anyone. Great swords are getting in and over, which is lovely. Those guys are going to get ready to push down once they've secured the gatehouse there. Let's see about magic. Lovely stuff. Excellent business. Right then. Breaking through. Very, very nice. Guys are pushing up on the walls and gates. We'll get the rest of these guys to just form up and push through in their own time. Think we'll be okay, but they are going to get up there. Then we'll be able to push down and really give them a good old socking, basically. Not much else for it. We'll probably get Balthazar up on the wall as well, actually. Let's get you stuck into the fight if we can. Why the hell not? Let's give a bonus to some of our swordsmen that are pushing through here. Why not? Then once we've secured the wall, it is just going to be a bit of a slugging contest, but once we've secured the wall, we'll be in a golden position to push down, secure the gatehouse, and get the rest of those units through. We'll see if we can shoot over the wall here. Probably not. I don't want to, like, get shot. Looks like we are securing those towers, which is great. Let's see if we can just shoot over at those guys. Looks like we can. We've now got the defilade. They're pushing through. Lovely stuff. Keep the fights going. Nothing we can't deal with, chaps. Excellent stuff. Keep pissing overhead for us if that's okay. You spearmen, push down and deal with those goblin archers. Chase them down if we can. Another set of goblins over there. Don't want to push down into the low ground on my own with these guys. Those spearmen. Let's start pushing for them now. Let's start vying for them. Let's get Balthazar down on the low ground as well. Let's start challenging them. Get those swordsmen down there as well. Start challenging the gatehouse. Excellent stuff there. Balthazar's on his own. Let's cast some magic. Gorgeous. Fan-dabby-dozy. Let's get you in there, and let's use a little bit of this to just give you an increased amount of protection, to be sure. Just got to watch the friendly fire from the archers. Let's get them up through the siege tower there. Lovely stuff. So far, so good. Just pouring over the walls, basically. Reducing my casualties. We're basically through now at this point. Commit down onto the low ground with the great swords there. Great swords are pushing through. Very good stuff. There we go. Here come the great swords off of the wall. Absolutely owning those guys as we come through. Lovely stuff. Let us just debuff the armour of the unit that's down here with the Plague of Rust. Minus 50 armour. They've now got 3 armour, you can see on the left there. That's going to make very short work for the rest of our units there. We're going to really start chunking some health off of them, which is very, very nice. Excellent stuff. It's only a matter of time before the enemy falls here. Let's get these guys off of the wall. I think we can start going for those guys now, chaps. You've done well enough. Excellent. Any second they're going to mass out as soon as their main unit starts to go. There should be a mass route, to be honest. Yep, looks like it is. Yep, they're going. They're going. They're gone. Excellent stuff. No need to go for the kills here. They have been routed. Excellent. Right. Hello, Chinny. Good to see you, mate. How are you? Lovely stuff. So they are pulling back. End turn. Decisive victory. Karakhan has fallen to the might of the Golden Order. Only 105 losses to boot. Enemy has been decimated as a result. Mostly of our greatswords there. Look at the greatsword kills. Did really, really well pushing over the wall there. Considering we were already damaged as well. Can't argue with that. Shattered, are you? Lovely. Right. Not too bad at all. Not too bad. Lovely, lovely jubbly. Been moving large concrete garage slabs all day again. Jesus, what have you been doing? I'm renovating your garage from the sounds of it. I'm probably going to be going to bed in a moment. In fact, that's probably... We'll see what my next turn holds. but it's been an hour and 53 minutes, so we'll probably be thinking about wrapping it up here in a moment. Let's have a look. Right then, let us tick through that then. Let us occupy Karakhan as we want to secure it for ourselves. We've got a rally field here, which again, we're not hugely keen on that as a thing. So we'll keep it there for now. What I don't want to do is have the enemy capture this area again, if I can help it. So there's conquest. It's a bit of a bother, but what can I do? Let's get the next thing up here. 50 bits there from Muashi there says, gotta always keep things wrapped up. Very nice. Let's see there. So we've got Searing Doom, which we've now put a point in there so we can increase the strike area of that, which is lovely. We could also upgrade Karakhan for 2,500 gold. I think I will. And then I actually need to sort of push down here next turn and try and stop Vlad von Carstein from raiding everything I own, which would be very, very nice. I could probably start moving for local militia as well, just to try and increase the recruitment rank and reduce the amount of cost that it's going to take to get my guys on the field. So let's do that. Let us see, what do I want to do then? I don't want to raid that, or I don't want to repair it. I'm going to leave Migdal Vongul Barak away and broken for the moment, as I have no cause to use him. Just got to hope that Vlad doesn't declare war on me, and if he does, get him to fuck off. Oh, raiding. Yes, I know you're raiding, you arsehole. I will kill you. Eventually. Sort of, hopefully. When you have less bad guys. I'm definitely going to need more crossbowmen purchased out of Steingart if I'm going to even attempt to try and fight Vlad von Carstein, because he's got too many Vargeist for just spearmen to be able to handle. Here we go. Look at that. We're now starting to lose money a turn. Greenskins attack Elector State. Nordland has come under attack from the Greenskins in the region of Salismund and are appealing for your military assistance. Will you come to their defence and join them in battle, or leave them to fight off their attackers alone? I can either pay 4,000 gold to send a military force, I can either use 1,250 prestige to hire mercenaries, I can either just send scouts, which will lose me some fealty, or I can do nothing, which will again lose me some fealty. So I think I'm going to hire nearby mercenaries, as my money is precious for the moment. Let us hire nearby mercenaries to defend them. Looks like we're in for a bit of a struggle here, to be honest. Let's take a look. We've got riflemen, swordsmen, and we've got a guy here. Looks like we're going to want to fight this battle as best as we can. They've got a giant. I don't know whether they'll be able to keep Salismund, to be honest. They've got a... yeah, they're going to really struggle to hold that, to be honest. Is that their capital? It looks like it is. Let us see what it is. Are they sallying out? Surely not. Surely they're on defense. Okay, it is defense. Okay, it's not too bad then. It's not amazing, but it's not too bad. Let us fight this battle, because I can't save it this turn. And let's see if we can defend their city. And you're coming out behind the enemy. Tell me about it. I'm watching you on Xbox. When are you going to do another XCOM stream? Because your gameplay helps me with my own game. Oh, we'll probably maybe do one tomorrow. We'll see. I'm at work tomorrow, so you'll have to... it will probably just be an evening stream. We'll see where we spawn in relation to the enemy. Hopefully we spawn inside the gates, but if not, well, we tried. Our riflemen are really going to be the key to winning this, if we can win it at all. Right. Ah, lovely. We are at least reinforcing inside the city. So we have that going for us at least. Do the enemy have siege equipment? No, they've come straight out in force. Looks like they're going to be pushing the right-hand gate. So we need to try and get over there ASAP. So let us start the battle. Get over here ASAP.
Avoiding combat. Taking position.
We've got to try and hold the primary gatehouse if we can. This is all I can get for the moment. Get our units to push through, give them a hand. We don't have much time, and they have less. Just quickly get these mercenaries through. We're doing some damage to them at least. At least they've got a lot of crossbowmen. It is going to take them some time to get through the gate. I'm thinking potentially of having my riflemen stationed just behind the main gate ready for the stone trolls to come through. And then having my guys go and help man the wall against enemy skirmishers that are going to be landing. I think that's going to be the only way to do it. Let's get your man here to try and defend the main gatehouse. And then we're going to have to get the riflemen right up against this back wall if we can. Just to try and shoot the stone trolls as they come through. The other guys here, I think we're going to be able to defend reasonably well. We'll get them up on the wall.
Shields up! Shields up!
Just to try and plug those gaps as best we can.
Scout leader!
Scout leader, come over here for me, please, mate. I may get you up just here for the moment.
Huntsman!
Actually, I could get you, like, over here to try and shoot over the wall at your man. Just missed. Not very good. Are the stone trolls battering the gate? Yes, they are. I don't have much time. Okay. Get in on those guys. Plug the gaps as best we can. Getting that guy to shoot at the giant as best as I can. Well, if he even hits, that is. Looks like there's some damage been done to him. What's this conga line? Follow the leader. What is going on here? Excuse single file. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Look at him go. What is going on here, chaps? One cannonball to the end. That's it. Train goes choo-choo. Thank you very much to a posh northerner there. Very, very kind.
What do you think?
Get in on these guys quickly. Try and help in defending the wall. Gate's seen better days. I mean, we are hitting that guy. That's the only other good thing. Powerful, strong versus multiple combatants, weak against armor. All I can keep trying to do, because definitely the thing that we're going to struggle the most against is that troll. Only problem is that we've got enemies pushing up on the right-hand side here. I think we'll be okay to hold them. Do not put those guys on auto-fire. We'll do okay for the moment. Just keep holding them back. Keep holding them back. Now we need more people committing to this flank. Keep holding that flank. I've just got those riflemen. I can't really put the riflemen in a position where they're able to contribute at the moment, other than just in front of the gatehouse here, ready for the fucking trolls to come through. That's the only other thing I can do. Like I say, any damage that I can just keep doing to that giant for the moment is going to be a-okay. Right, I need this one unit of swordsmen to spread out over here, while the other one pushes in. The Goblin Great Shaman, which isn't the end of the world. There we go, tangle them up if we can. We're doing okay damage to your man there. We're coming through about half health. At least he's not regenerating. That's the only other good thing. Right. The other giants and trolls are just staring angrily at the gate. That's what I need. We are chipping off a good amount of health off that giant every time, which is what we need. To keep holding them back. The rest of the swordsmen are pushing over now to try and keep holding. There's not really much else I can do. The centre is kind of struggling to push these guys back. The gate isn't going to last long, and the trolls at the gate are pretty much fresh. So I've got to keep my spearmen there. Keep holding, Nordland. I wish I could grab those guys and bring them over. I wish I could. Keep trying to plug the gaps. Keep holding them, keep holding them. Even my swordsmen are struggling to push the enemy back, especially with that Great Shaman kicking around. Keep on. Don't you fucking dare abandon the gate. Don't you fucking dare. Oh, that gate's not going to last much longer. Keep them back. Yeah, we've done as much as we can. Get up here. Get in the fight against that Goblin Great Shaman. Got a plan. Don't know how good the plan's going to be. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try and shoot one of my bombs just in here and hope it's enough. Are they through? They're through. Push them back. Reload, men. Oh, here's Tiny. I don't know how feasible this is going to be. Okay, it looks like it's not going to go too badly. That's alright, that's okay. Right. Huntsman, come down here.
Yeah.
Keep trying to push your guy back. Keep holding. Keep trying to bring the giant down. Keep pushing them back. Holy shit, what a fucking fight. Push this way. You guys keep attacking them. Try and keep the fight going. Jesus. This is what I'm on about. You need riflemen to bring down these big bastards. Rifles up, chaps. We've not got the most veterancy in the world. Oh god, we're really struggling to hold them. Keep going. Get on that shaman. We can get him. Don't rout, don't rout. Hold, hold, hold. Go for those other stone trolls next, the ones that are close to routing. Let the giant go. Go on, rout, you bastards. That's it. Send them back through the gate. Oh my fucking god! Is it one? Is it one? I think we've managed to repel them. Looks good. Looks like a mass rout. Oh my fucking god! We did it. Holy fucking shit! They would never have been able to do that without us killing that fucking giant. Get up to the wall. Fucking spray them down. Just fucking shoot at them. Very nice. Guns are effective against armoured units, that they are. Get up on the wall, get ready to attack them as they push back. Holy fucking shit. Well fucking done, eh, chap? Can't believe we managed to get away with that. Just shoot them in the back as they retreat. Do a little bit of extra damage to them. Very nice. Well, we managed to hang on to the city, which didn't look good. I must be honest, it didn't look good when we were initially, when initially the fucking enemies were at the gates. We didn't look like we were in the best position, but we've managed to push them back. Jesus, good. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that giant had to fucking go. The stone trolls have barely taken any damage, but that's just the way they work, unfortunately. That one unit of swordsmen got 182 kills. The riflemen didn't actually kill anyone, but they were integral to holding the fucking gatehouse. If those stone trolls would have run around behind us, like, our melee cores were just not strong enough to fight them. Holy shit. Christ above. Very, very nice. Right then. Lovely stuff. So Nordland gets to keep their capital, which is going to be very, very important, because if Nordland can't keep their capital, they can't keep vying for control against Norska. If Nordland holds against Norska, the rest of the realm will prosper. It's just how long they can hold out. So we won well. Not much damage. If they choose to attack again, we should be fine. Execute the captives. Their unit is pushing away. Let's see what we can do then. I can push down into friendly territory at long last, so let's get down there. We have a level 2 rally field now, which means I can finally get those extra crossbowmen. The only issue is, I'm in a position where I've got absolutely sweet FA in the form of public order. I've got to delete that now. Otherwise, I'm never going to hold my towns and cities. Let's see then. You and you merge together. You and you merge together, keeping the veterancy as best we can. I'm going to recruit one more of them, and I'm going to recruit 2 more of these. Going to put me pretty much on the bread line. That's how I've got to do it, sadly. Right. Yeah, I've got to get rid of that. This is all shagged at the moment. I'm going to have to try and pay for that to be repaired. Although the enemy is surely going to come and try and take it. I've just got to get rid of that just for the sake of trying to get my public order less awful. Provincial instability -1 per turn. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to push these guys off of me. But we'll figure that out on the next turn. Right. Let's see what the enemy does. I wish the enemy would just take fucking Migdal and be done with it. If they take it and then it's gone, it's fine. More raiding. Vlad's days have got to be numbered. Karak Hearn. Let's have a look. They want a defensive alliance. No. Don't want you dragging me into your wars. Where are those bloody greenskins? Don't know where they are. Let's have a look. Do we want to increase taxes? Let's go for... No, -10 growth is a big hit for only, what, 5% tax rate? Do nothing with the tax money. Oh, shit. Okay, that kind of was... I didn't want that to happen. I've... Look at my money! Jesus. I've confederated with Averheim. Oh, dear. Okay, let's see if I can stop that shenanigan. Let me just disband his fucking armies.
What does the Emperor bid?
Christ. Okay, at least that's kind of sustainable now. Okay, they've got 6 untainted there. I'm going to have to just live with that for the moment. If I can just fight this guy next turn, then I stand a better chance. Let's go to war with Mr. von Karstein here.
I shall be victorious.
Be at war with von Karstein. Okay. So he's got Blood Knights, which is extremely bad. He's got Vargeist. Okay, apart from his Blood Knights, it's not too bad. Him himself is pretty shitty. But we've got Halberdiers as part of our settlement garrison. This shouldn't be too bad. The thing that's going to make this really bad is the Mage and the Blood Knights. The Blood Knights are going to own us. But if we can kill them, then we've won. So... the rest of his units aren't too bad. The Dire Wolves are shit. They'll die in no time. The Bats are shit. They'll die in no time. The Vargeist are pretty good. But we've got a lot of Spearmen. And I'm hoping we can just pump the Blood Knights full of arrows to get them dead. We've also got our own Outriders, which have shield breaker and like missile damage and stuff. So we should be okay. Your Imperial Authority has been dumpstered, I know, right? Just throw your garrison at him and then finish it with the main army. I think you're probably right. Let me save. Let me see what kind of terrain we're looking at here. Just generic open ground. Let's go with this. Lovely stuff. So let's have a look then. This is, I'm going to have to try and just win this if I can. Hopefully my reinforcements are going to be on station, but I don't think they will. I think they're going to be reinforcing from the back. Those Blood Knights are going to be awful, because they're basically zombified Grail Guardians, aren't they?
Balthazar Gelt!
That is going to suck serious ass. I wonder if they will come for me. I might be able to force them to come for me by basically having the... Yeah, okay, I think I can do it. So what I'll do, I'll have my swordsman, so I'll have like a couple of units of spearmen like this, because what I want to do is I want to hold right in front of this hill. So, say for example, right, so if the enemy is attacking from this hill down, basically these fucking archers are going to be able to shoot at the people on the hill rather than having to shoot over the guys in front. So there's a big stack of enemies just there. We can have them run down the hill into the spears, but then I can sort of shoot them all because they're going to be like on a slightly vertical plane for us, which is going to be excellent at holding them back. So we're going to really sort of hold up against this ridge if I can. Somewhat. Not too religiously. Just something scattered like that, and then we'll have the swordsman stationed just behind, ready to plug those gaps should we need. It's a little bit of a fractured line, but that's all we need. I need to make sure that I've got the halberdiers and stuff from my crossbowmen coming in the rear. Just a moment. That's going to have to be good enough for now. The outriders I can get to come and force them forward. Balthazar Gelt. Let's not fuck up my formation too badly. Bring you over to there. Yeah. They're great swords, just there. Okay, you here. Daddy Gelt has all the magic. He's got some magic. At least he's going to be able to get the armour up on this one, but that's it. Definitely lowering the armour of the Blood Knights is going to be my saving grace. I don't really have any mortars either, which is a bit of a faff, but what can I do? What have I got left? 2 units of swordsmen. I may just have those as flank security, to be honest. I know they're facing away from me, but I'm not necessarily up against the border just yet. I could have them push here like that just to secure my flanks. Let's go with that. Yeah, the enemy are kind of rotating and sitting still. Just before I push my guys up too far forward, let's see how I want to do this. So I'll get the captain to push over to there. That's all of the units that I have, or is there any more? I think that is it. Okay, let's push our crossbows over to here then, because surely they're going to get ravaged. Let's get all of my crossbows to be skirmish mode off. I want to have these 2 units of spearmen holding just behind. And I want to have the halberdiers on the extreme outer flanks. So, swordsman, I don't even know where I'm going to put the swordsman. Somewhere here. Like here. Just somewhere out of the way. Right then, what are you guys doing? You guys come over, you guys come back over here, otherwise you're going to have a bad time. I'm just going to literally just have them all just sitting around somewhere for the moment. Now I've got to try and probe these guys forward. How fast are the Vargeist? The bats go 110. I go 84, so it's possible the bats could tie us up. They shouldn't do too much damage to us. If I can get some early damage in, that's going to be pretty nice. Particularly against maybe... Well, Vlad's going to have... Everyone's going to have regeneration, aren't they? Vlad doesn't actually look like he does, which might be a bit of a saving grace.
Ready.
Right.
To battle! Take the ground! Attack!
The mage, I think, is going to be the one that I want to get rid of. I've got to be so ready to play.
Shalia protects us! By Gal Maraz! Yes, sir.
In come the bats.
Quick march. Formation march. Taking
If I could just
position.
kite these bats, right? I can get them to just start the fight.
Serve the Emperor. At speed.
Come on, turn around, get some shots in on him.
Yes, sir. Quickly.
Oh, we killed 2 bats. Ain't that a fucking miracle? I've just got to keep trying to fucking jostle with them. Oh, the enemy stirs. The enemy stirs. Run for your fucking life. Holy shit. Leg it. Right. I'd yeah. High speed, gentlemen. High speed. The hordes of the damned are coming.
Yes, General.
Be prepared to hold them back.
Lord of metal, to battle!
Right. Some over this way. I probably don't want to be... yeah, I probably... Are you going to hit... That mortar! Somebody give him a raise! Did he hit? He did!
Outriders.
There we go. There's that magic I was so worried about.
Yes, sir. Quickly.
Get over here.
Quick march. For the Warhammer. For the Warhammer.
In go the archers. Where are the Blood Knights? Blood Knights are on the right. Okay.
Ready for war. Swordsman. Formation march. To battle. Formation march. Strike them down. Outriders.
Gotta get those Blood Knights.
Moving now. Swordsman. To battle.
In they come.
I am supreme!
In range.
Deal with these guys as best we can. They're not quite spearmen, but I'll do what I can.
Send us out.
Right. Push over here. Try and get these guys pushed back if we can.
Ready the men. Halberdiers for the Emperor. Taking aim. The Sigma.
You guys get on him.
Standing by.
You guys
Spearmen. Crossbows ready.
get on the fucking Blood Knights over here.
Ready to fire.
You guys get on those Vargeist.
We are Sigmar's heirs. We
Captain
are
of the Empire, get on in. You get over there.
I am master
Keep
of
those shots going in, chaps. Balthazar, can you come over here for me? Land a double shot, maybe not a double shot, a single shot, just here for bonus armor piercing. Let's see if we can get in on him. Ooh, really good damage to the Blood Knights. Okay, let's keep shooting those Blood Knights if we can.
Get them.
Just fucking get in. Just keep plugging the fucking bodies. Just keep going in against them. They are struggling.
Swordsman.
Excellent stuff.
Attack. Yeah! For the twin-tailed
Keep it going.
Outriders. Crossbowmen. Bring it
Excellent stuff. The
down.
Blood Knights' days are numbered,
Pick you up.
which is lovely. These guys are all getting poked full of holes.
By Ulrich's wrath.
Get in the great swords if we can.
The Heldenhammer.
Get everybody fucking involved.
The combat.
Yeah, those Blood Knights are really starting to suffer now. They can't help their missile parries just getting shagged. Cavalry Bane, the Hunger, they are getting some regeneration, but they can't break through. Excellent stuff. Just keep buffing those halberdiers. Keep killing them. Oh yes, they're gone. They're collapsing. Excellent. Fuck you. A beautiful fight. Well done. Down they go. Excellent. Rust on the Blood Knights? Yeah, I did forget to. It's my bad, but we've got it. Or Vlad's a dead man, he certainly is. And at minimal expense to our livelihoods there. Our garrison suffered 181 losses, but Balthazar only lost 99. That leaves Vlad's elite units in tatters. He's lost his Blood Knights, he's lost his Vargeist, or his Vargolf even. Oh no, his Vargeist. Yeah, fantastic. Right. Close victory. Oh, it was only close, chat. It was only close. Lovely. Okay, not a bad little victory for us there. We've been going for about 2.5 hours, so we can definitely call that the end of the stream there. Hopefully people have enjoyed our little adventure into Total War Warhammer 2. Don't know how often I'll be playing it, whether it's going to be a new on-schedule game or whether it's going to be like a weird every so often thing. We will have to see for sure. Excellent stuff. Discovered a new mod, that's it. Right. Execute the captives. That leaves your boy running basically for his life now. I don't know whether I can actually seal the deal. I can. I'm just going to auto-resolve him dead. Excellent. This deal is sealed. Fantastic stuff. And again, only at minimal expense to my army, which is lovely stuff. We're going to upgrade to the tippy top thing here, which is going to get us the best barracks we can possibly get. So I'm going to go for that now as a matter of urgency. And yes, we are going to call that a session, I think. We're going to get the Golden Hounds of Gehenna here, which is a special aura type thing. In fact, I'm going to get that and the Warhorse, so Balthazar can maneuver around the battlefield a bit easier as well, which is lovely. Jubbly. Public Order's still doing horrendously next door here, but what can I do? Doesn't look like those green skins are around here anymore, but I am suffering what looks to be an epic amount of Chaos Corruption. I'm not sure what's going on with that, where the Chaos Corruptions come from, whether I've got some Beastmen embedded around, I don't know. But for the moment, yes, I think I'm going to love you and leave you, chat, for the moment there. If I actually tick Tax Province there, I should hopefully make a little bit of extra cash this turn at the expense of Public Order, but I do need a little bit more money in the bank now because I've got very little choice. So yes, thank you everyone. I'm going to bugger off for now, so thank you everybody for tuning in today. We're going to save this as our main Balthazar Gelt campaign here. The Golden Order on hard difficulty. Let's get that saved up and ready to go, and we will see who is on for now. Gold for the Gold God. That's it, fun stream, thanks. I appreciate you tuning in. Let's have a look and see who's online for your eye sockets this fine Wednesday evening, I think it is. So KJ's on, APL, See It's Just Me, Smeagol, Freddy and Andy. Let's pass you on to KJ, who's currently playing Detroit Become Human. Not sure if he's finishing in a moment. He is a Yankee man, which means he should be on for a little bit longer. Time zones and all that. So yeah, this is KJ. So thank you everybody for tuning in today. Hopefully you've all enjoyed. I will catch you on tomorrow at 8:30 UK time, for some more games, whether we're doing XCOM or TLD or whatever, I don't know, but we'll be doing that then. So yes, thank you all, and I will catch you all in the not too distant future. Take care, folks, have a lovely evening, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.